Awesome. Hi guys. Welcome to Camera Ready and Totally Present. It's May 20th, 2020. And I just wanted to do this class. This is just a really fun area. And it's something that I have spent it took me a long time to get comfortable on camera and just being present with people in that way. And so I don't know, I just had this idea last week. Let's do a class on this. And sorry, there's like people, my house is Grand Central Station. So basically when I first started Access, I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to possibly put myself on video on Facebook? And I was like, I don't know how to do this. So one of the first things that I did was I started a podcast. And my first guest ever was Craig Lassell, who some of you have heard of. She's an Access facilitator. And so she came on my podcast, and I was like stuttering the whole time. I was horrified. I was like, I don't know. And there was nobody on or listening or anything. It was just the pre-record of a podcast. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say next. I was like, she would say something. I'd be like, so yeah, that's nice. Okay, cool. And I was so nervous. And then I recorded another podcast and another one, and I didn't want to put them up because I didn't want people to hear me talking in such a humiliating fashion. And I put another one up and another one, and then I got good at it. After like doing it for a couple of months, I was like, oh, I know how to make a conversation with somebody. I know how to interview somebody. I know how to talk to somebody. And I didn't know how to do that before. So, and we're going to talk about all the dynamics of this. And then Sophie sent in a question about lighting and stuff like that. So we can talk about that too. But basically, there's such a world of possibilities that you have, and there's a world inside of you, that you never, well, I'm not sure what you've done, but it's like, it's not easy to get out, because if you let it out, you would have this place where you were a really powerful person. And are you willing to be that powerful of a person? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy it and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pog, shorts, boys and beyonds. And it was really funny. I'll send you guys the link if you have any interest in watching it. Anthony and I so my husband is Anthony, for those of you who don't know. And Anthony and I just got ferns for our front yard, and we didn't know how to take care of ferns. Andrea, you with those dolphins is so funny. I love those dolphins. She's like frozen in front of these dolphins. It's very funny. So we got these ferns, and we're like, how are we going to take care of these ferns? We don't know how to take care of ferns. So we were watching this woman take care of her ferns, and it's this 22-minute video of like every different species of fern you could ever imagine having. And she's so comfortable on camera, and she got dirt in her eye, and she's like going to the camera and she was just funny, and she was an invitation, and she was just being her, talking about her ferns. And normally I get bored when I watch pretty much anybody talk or do a video, but I could watch her talk about ferns forever. It was really enjoyable. So I'll send you that as an example of being you. But it's like, we're going to talk about, there's a lot to talk about, because there's energy flows, energy pulls, pushing energy, flowing energy. There's all these different things, and just being you and being present with people. It's like, we discount the gift that is. You see, like, most of making videos is getting that you actually are different than other people. Because if you get that you're different than other people, then you'll realize that you are being something that needs to be put out on video, that needs to be in the world, that needs to be spoken, that needs to be seen and heard. Okay? So How many jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared, of never acknowledging the gift and the difference of you in favor of this reality and all of its poo? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so one of the things, it's kind of hard to do it because we're not all together, but what I would love is for each of you to make a 30-second video and send it to me after the call, just as like a practice and as an exercise. So you have something to work towards as we go through this call, and post it on Facebook if you're willing to. Because each of you has, like, you each have something. I mean, you have something to say. I mean, are you like normal people? There's like almost nobody, even though access has grown, there's like nobody in the world interested in consciousness. And that's the only thing that's actually going to change the world. So how much energy are you using to try to kill yourself off in order to be as normal, average, and real as everybody else? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, with nuance. So how many of you have decided you have to be something before you can go out on video? Liga, your faces are just so funny.
Julia, the first clearing that you just said, it like it's you're talking, but it's the words don't come in my head. Like,
well,
I am.
That's usually when it's something that's like an issue for you, like something that's really changing. Holy, I'm like talking into the thing. I'm like, that's usually something that you can't hear it when it's something that's really relevant to you. So I don't remember what I said, but that's when you know you want to go back and re-listen and keep running that clearing until you can hear it, until it's seeped into your world. So some of this stuff takes so how many of you have decided that you're too something to be on video? You know, when I started Access, I was 19. So who's going to listen to me? Why would anybody want to listen to a facilitator who's 19? What would you have to say? You know? So how many of you have decided that you're too old? And Jonta, you're like not even remotely old. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy it and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, pock, shorts, boys, meons. And how many of you have decided that you are too fat or too skinny to be seen on video? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many of you have decided that you are too ugly to be seen on video? Everything that is times the godzillion. That's nasty. Come on, you guys. Oh, and boring and uninteresting. Okay, so everywhere you decided you're too ugly, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Everywhere you've decided you don't have anything to say, or you're boring, or you're uninteresting, will you destroy and uncreate that times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many of you decided that if you put yourself on video, you would be putting yourself out in the world to be hurt, to be anything, to be judged, to be stalked, to be violated? People would find you. I mean, for Christ's sake, 10 years ago, if you like put your information on the internet, it meant you were going to be hunted down by some sort of criminal. And now it's like, sorry, I didn't post my latest picture of my anus. It's like we're like have such a different point of view about the internet now, you know? But it's like where did you buy that something bad would happen to you if you were seen by the whole world. And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Avantika says, this actually happened to me recently. Did you acquire a stalker?
Yeah, I had a guy who actually took my Facebook profile picture and cover picture, made it his pictures, and then actually sent me friend requests. And the name of
Oh
his
no.
Facebook profile was Anjani Kumar, and Anjani means unknown in Hindi. So it's like he was taunting me that, hey, look, I used your pictures, I'm here. And immediately my mom went into, oh my God, what if he does something with your face and uses it on some pictures? Because, of course, she's my mom.
Yeah, you're gonna be like the next porn star. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And I
everything that is.
so much.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It blocked me off so much from actually posting anything on social media now. So I
Yeah.
forgot to brought it up.
Yeah. And social media, we need to do a whole other call on social media because that's a whole other game.
Invite me.
Invite you. I will, my friend. I will invite you. But it's like, yeah, it's like if you put yourself out there, you are creating a place where something bad can happen to you. Now, one place that I have a great ability, there are certain places I'm not so talented, but one place I have a great talent is that nobody has ever come into my world to violate me, ever. I've never been raped, and I've never had an uncomfortable situation, and I've never had somebody really come on to me in a weird way in my whole life. And I was like, oh, interesting. And when I was like 17, one of my mom's friends, who was a really empowering lady, who actually introduced me to Access, she said to me, Julia, you have this energy about you that like, it just wouldn't happen. Like you just couldn't get away with it. It's just not a possibility. And so I've always been that. And I've always known when somebody was creepy and they just never even came towards my life or towards my world because it's not part of my reality. So what if you took on some point of view like that? Even if you have been abused and you have had trauma and you have had molestation and things like that, it's like, what if you could change tracks now to have a place where that was not a part of your reality? So everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to be the evil demon bitch from hell murderer you would really like to be? Everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Like you have to be willing to be the killing energy. Like I will leave my purse in the grocery store and go somewhere where I can't see my purse, and I know that nobody would touch my purse because I would murder them. Like they would have such a problem in their future by messing with me that energy just wouldn't take place. It's just not a possibility. I would hunt them down and destroy their life and their family if they did something to me. It's just not okay. That's not going to be my reality. Nobody gets to treat me that way. So what if that was your point of view? I will kill anyone who gets in my way. I will fucking kill you. And everything that brought up times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, and bad, all night, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And that's, that's an energy that you've got to be if you're going to move forward into the creation of your future. It's required because this whole world wants you to be less. This whole world wants you to be unconscious. This whole world wants to see you be boring and uninteresting and pale and invisible. Did you come here to be boring, uninteresting, pale, and invisible? Or did you come here because you wanted to change the world? You came here because you wanted to change the world. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this weird call on the middle of Wednesday during quarantine, learning about consciousness on video. So it's like you've gotta get that if you want to be seen in the world, you have to be willing to destroy. You have to be willing to destroy and kill anything that will get in your way. It's not an acceptable reality for somebody to hurt you. Okay? Whew, well, that's like not what I thought this was going to be about. Murder everyone who gets in your way and you will be great on camera. So bizarre. But it's true. It's what's required. Yeah, Jenny saying I love this. Yeah, me too. So that's part of it. And then the other thing is you have to be willing to be better than other people. But not in the sense of like I'm so much better than you. Like for so long I was like, even though I was out of high school and I was like trying to create a business and do Access, I was still in high school because I wanted to be, it was just like this complex that I had. I wanted to be better than other people and I wanted to know I was better than other people. And do you know how many people came to my class? Like 2, because it doesn't actually work to like need to make people less than you in order to be better. But you also have to realize that you are different and that you have a superior awareness and you have a superior point of view and you have something to be in the world that is greater. You're not like your friends. You know something different and you have this awareness of a world of possibilities that other people don't have. So everywhere you are not willing to invoke envy, will you destroy and uncreate that times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Ooh, that's a really nasty. So how much envy are you avoiding with the success you are refusing? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much envy are you avoiding with the success? How much envy are you avoiding with the success you will not have? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy it and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. That's the repeat, Jonda. Got it? Cool. So how much envy are you avoiding with the success you will not have? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much envy are you avoiding by killing your body and making it bigger than it wants to be? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pock and pod, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much
Julia, can I ask a question after you finish the clearing?
Yes. So how much envy are you avoiding with the weight you are choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Go ahead.
I'm unmuting myself. Okay. So, okay. So it's 2 things in one. Like, the thing that is, what the fuck are you gonna say if you don't have that much experience and you're 29? That's one. And the other one that's connected to it, like, everyone has their stories, and then there's avoid the story, don't say the story in the 10 commandments of Access.
No. There's 2 different ways of telling a story. There's telling a story to educate and give people information to create a possibility about how they can have a greater life. And then there's story where it's a justification for why you won't choose something. Two different types of stories. As a facilitator, you're going to need to tell stories, because if you just ran clearing statements all the time, the people would get so fried that you wouldn't have anything to do with them. And you need to illustrate points. Gary has all kinds of stories. Dane has all kinds of stories. And the stories are excellent, excellent tools for facilitation. Does that make
And
sense?
the first part. Yeah.
And the first part is, well, it's like, have you been to the foundation?
Yeah, I've been everywhere.
Yeah. Have you been to talk to the entities?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you read some access books?
Yeah.
So is it all real to you that by doing that, that gives you more awareness than 99% of the people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you willing to share that with people?
Yeah.
Okay. So am I perfect? The answer is no. I'm definitely not perfect.
Okay.
I'm actually quite screwed up in a few areas.
I just got scared for a second, you know?
You're like, I can't tell the facilitator she's not perfect. I'll be deleted.
Yeah.
That was funny. The answer is I'm not perfect. And I'm actually like, I'm a work in progress. My books are falling down. That was very funny. But it's like, I mean, if I would have waited until I knew shit before I started, I would still be waiting to start. If I was waiting till I was perfect, no way, Jose. It's like, what do you know? What can you speak from? You could be like, I used to be this mom who was a princess who didn't really know, who didn't know her own mailing address. And now, instantaneously, my life has changed completely. And I've chosen things that other people can't choose. And I've looked at things that other people can't look at. And it's not even about you. Facilitating, that's the thing. Facilitating isn't even about you. And we will get to videos, guys, but we do need to cover some of this groundwork before we can successfully discuss videos anyways. But it's like, you know, there's this place in this space where you know, it's not, facilitating consciousness is not about you or your experience. It's about your willingness to go, okay, how can I help you? How can I empower you? What can I be for you? What can I do for you? What question could I ask you that would make your world better? Like when I go on do videos, the videos that I do that are actually good videos, and I still do crummy videos from my point of view all the time, but it's like the videos that are actually get a lot of interest are the ones that are about the viewer. They're not about me. It's not about me and my life. You know, nobody cares. Like, who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about anybody else. They're just thinking about themselves and how they can make their own life better. And that's okay. It's like, this is about how can I help you improve your life? And that's a line that Gary invites all facilitators to ask and put on their promotional items and on their banners. How can I help you improve your life? You know, it's not about you. And so everywhere you thought you had to be perfect because it was about you, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all night, pop, rock, shorts, millions. I hate to break it to you, but it's not about you at all. It's about changing the world. You know, and isn't that relieving? I mean, at first it's like, oh, well, thought I was supposed to be the most special princess that was put on the carriage and paraded around town with my husband, the prince, you know, in total perfection, with millions of dollars, and all of my peasants and townspeople would be so happy and would be cheering for me.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, because I was the source of their life. And then, you know, they would throw roses at my carriage, and my prince would say, you know, I'm the only person for him and that everything in his life is better and more wonderful because I'm here and I'm alive.
I love
And then he said, yeah, where is the bleeping town parade? Exactly. It's like, what the hell? None of that showed up. I had to work for everything I fucking got in my whole life. This is bullshit. This is not what any fucking movie taught me. It's like, what is this shit? You have to actually create your own life and work and read and get smart and educate yourself and come up with your own money. Fuck! But it's like you do. And then you hear that it's not even about you. It's like, well, what the fuck am I doing this for anyways? I'm going home. But it's like, and trust me, I was entrenched in that. I'm like the poster child for the town parade. I was like, one day everybody will see that I am the perfect source of happiness and brilliance and beauty on planet Earth. But that is a total lie and a total fantasy. And it's what all of us crazy women put into our, it's so funny. Actually, we do have guys on here. I know Ryan joined. I don't know if there's anybody other than Ryan, but I shouldn't just talk about the girls. But you know, I think that the boys have that going on too. But it's like we're waiting, like literally waiting for somebody to like ride up on a white horse. I guess it's Dr. Dane here. Dane's supposed to like ride up on a white horse and like put his hand down and be like, get on my horse. I will ride you into consciousness and everything will be perfect and you'll be the star power facilitator. I promise. So it's like, and then, you know, and then Access becomes this whole popularity contest and like this structure and social structure and popularity structure. And the whole thing is just bullshit. It's just exhausting. So anywhere that you had any part in the creation of that and all of your disappointment in that it's not real, will you guys destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all night, pot and pock, shorts, boys and beyonds. The thing is, you have the tools of consciousness. You're not even really going to use, like, it's not about even using the Access structure to facilitate classes to. I mean, Zaina was on another class with me this morning, and she was talking about, who do I invite to my classes? Like, and she was like looking at all the people she already has in her life. And I was like, no. You will ask the universe to bring you more people and new people. Like when I first started, I used, and we can go over this more. I used the energy ball, I did the energy pull every day for 3 months to invite things into my life and into my world. And I actually had clients, you know, I didn't have any experience or any, I just put on foundation class and invited people to come and they came. I don't even know how. It was just magic. But isn't that the way that like things actually work when they actually work in your life? It's just like, oh, it's just magic. I just asked for it. But it doesn't have the density and intensity of the town parade. I really like that. That's a funny a way to put it, Jenny. The where is the town parade? It's like it's not the town parade. Okay? So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyond. So I want to go back to the envy for a second. Because the willingness to be envied is not nice. Because it's really not about you. But then when it's really not about you, then all of a sudden, people make it about you. It's like when you want it to be about you, nobody gives a shit about you. And then when you're over that, like Dane, he's like over it. He doesn't care. He's just for consciousness. Like everybody, like, you know, wants to know him and cares about him. So it's like it's a willingness to be needless, you know, and it's the willingness to truly, truly be in it for consciousness and truly, truly be in it to change the world. which is what you came here to do. We just unfortunately got caught up in too many Disney movies. So, okay, how many jails are you using to create the fantasy of facilitation you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as the fantasy of facilitation you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so, and then how much envy are you avoiding with the videos you are refusing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much envy are you avoiding with the videos you are refusing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much envy are you avoiding with the videos you are refusing to create? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Carol, if you're in New Zealand, is it like 4 o'clock in the morning there or something? Oh, you're still on mute. Hold on, I'm unmuting you.
It's 7 o'clock, so that's quite nice for us here. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's good. That's nice and late for you.
Oh no, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I did have to, get
No,
out of bed.
I mean, it is nice and late for an Aussie in the morning because all these crazy telecalls are so early.
They are. That's right. Yes, but it's getting a little bit cooler over here. So, but it's still good. Thank you.
Cool.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know more about the word envy. What does it mean exactly?
Well, envy is when somebody would like to have what you have.
Okay.
It's not jealousy. Jealousy and envy are two totally different things. Jealousy is actually totally misconstrued. The actual meaning of jealousy is to want to keep something the same as it is and hold it in place. So it's actually, jealousy is a distractor and plan. So jealousy is when, if you see your boyfriend talking to somebody else, you're threatened because you want to keep your relationship as it is. You don't want any change or any growth. You want it to be exactly the same. So there was a cult a long time ago called the cult of Saint Jealous the Divine. And so it was actually a saint named Saint Jealous. That's where the word came from. And jealous, in this cult, it's like you would be jealous of your furniture in order for it not to rot, or you would be jealous of your house in order for your house to be maintained. And then it got misconstrued. So envy is when you would actually like to have what somebody else has. Envy is not a wrongness. When I envy people and I go, oh wow, I'd really like to have that. And so I use envy as a creative source. I don't use it as a destructive source. Because I don't have the point of view that if somebody has something that I can't have it. I have the point of view that if somebody has something, I can have it too. So I'm going to ask for that and I'm going to create that. So like Shannon said there was a time when she didn't like coming to access classes because she felt like when she was in like she didn't like coming to Gary and Dane's classes because she felt like when she was in Gary and Dane's classes that everyone wished her ill will. And so she talked to Gary about it and he's like, that's not actually ill will, honey. They actually envy you.
Okay.
Yeah, which was really an amazing facilitation for me. It's like, oh, that's actually envy and it feels like ill will, but it's not. they would like to have what you have? And are you willing to invoke that in people? And that's, yeah, that's a different story. That is not what we are taught and brought up to do. In fact, we are gaslit out of that.
Yeah, you're always taught that you are jealous. So you're always blamed to be jealous. When
Yes.
you are envy.
You're envious.
Thank you for the clarity.
Yes, and exactly. And envious is not a wrongness. Envy can be a creative source. And you also have to be willing to be like Shannon and invoke envy by the greatness that you are. Because if you have more, and if you're happy and wonderful and healthy and creating your life and have all these wonderful things going on, there is going to be envy. That's just the reality. And when you're not willing to receive that envy, you put on weight, it's so funny. I don't know why I'm talking about weight. I guess maybe when we put the camera up to ourselves, we go, oh, I look too fat. Well, we can talk a little bit more about that. But it's like
you're picking up on my thoughts. I'm thinking that I'm like heavy weight right now.
Right.
So
right.
you're picking up on that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like we have all of these crazy things. I mean, I had somebody recently gaslight me with my weight and say, oh, you look so much skinnier than you were looking there for a while. Thanks a lot. And I was like, oh, yes, I was, what do you even, and they were totally gaslighting me and trying to get me to be less of myself. It was definitely somebody who didn't have my best interest at heart. So it's like, we have these things where, if we get to be too much, we don't know that we can trust ourselves to handle and create with what comes at us. So everywhere you do not trust you to, how do I even want to put it? Everywhere you don't trust you to be the leader of the future, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 podpoc shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Hensi.
Thank you.
Can I ask a
Sorry.
question?
Hensney. Yes. Hi, Andrea.
Yeah. Hi.
I like your dolphins.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Those are cool.
I have a question, and that is like, what do you need to change if people don't take you serious?
Well, I mean, one of the things about the access tools, are you kind of talking in terms of like being a BARS facilitator, a certified facilitator?
It's like, I think on every level. Yeah, actually, I'm a theoretical physicist. Okay, you can say I'm going even beyond solutions, but people I have a problem. It's very difficult. People don't take me serious.
Okay, so, well, the thing is, you have to be the tools in order to facilitate the tools. So you have to look at, what am I not being here that I'm trying to invite people to? Because you have to be the invitation to say the invitation. Do you know what I mean? So you want to look at, what am I not actually being, that if I would be it, would create everything I desire in life. And you don't need to look at the deficit of you either and what you're not being. Sometimes you will. You also have to look at, what am I already being that I'm not acknowledging that I'm being, that if I would acknowledge that I'm being it, would allow me to be it. Because you can be something and be like, I'm not being that. I'm not being that different. I'm not being that great. I'm not being that. And then it's not going to work. It's not going to show up because you're still pretending that you're this pathetic thing when you're not this pathetic thing. You've actually changed it. you've actually changed the future of what you're creating. So it's two things. What am I already being that I'm not acknowledging? And what am I not being that I got to be willing to be here? Okay.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
That was a no. What else can I help you with? What part of it, what would be more, what part of it would make it more helpful?
Okay, I mean, sometimes it's even like this, like, I mean, now it got already better because I find people who are intelligent enough to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like, and then I am reacting towards, like sometimes I can't have difficulties to express myself, and it depends upon the projection of other people.
Yeah, it does. But 99% of the time, when the words can't come out of your mouth, it's because those people can't receive it. So you're smart enough to pretend to yourself that you are at a loss for words or you are clamming up, but you're not. They're not able to receive what you're about to say. So thank God that you clam up and don't say it.
Mm.
Yeah. But like one of the things that if you want people to take you seriously, one of the things you have to be is the willingness to be an authority. How much energy are you using to refuse being the authority you could be choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Do you get that you're an authority, or do you spend more of your time judging yourself?
Yeah, sometimes I get it. Yeah, and I need to push it more forward because some people they don't get it,
Yeah.
And they try to explain
not,
these things, and I am just accepting it. But I should actually maybe be even more.
No, you don't have to ever push anything forward. It's not about saying things, doing things, being seen. It's about what you be. It's about what you know that you are. It has nothing to do with what anybody else thinks about you. So, and this actually brings up a really, really good point for videos. It's like, how much do you guys think that you need to be gotten and received by other people in order to put yourself on video? That's like the crux of a thing. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Like when what was I going to say? I had a good example. Can't remember what it was, but it's like when you are, I know. Sometimes I like to do video editing sometimes. So I've made a few videos that are like absolutely hysterical. And they are so funny to me that if nobody in the world liked them, if everybody told me that that was the worst video they ever saw and it was horrible, I wouldn't even care because it's so funny to me. So what if what you created was so explosively, orgasmically amusing to you that it didn't matter how it was received by anyone? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Like, do you ever have a joke that only you are intelligent enough to get? And that's your world and that's your reality. And so what if you could be that joke, be that sense of humor, whether anybody else got it or not? And you have a terrible problem, Andrea, too. You want people to get what you get. Ain't nobody ever gonna get what you get. It's not happening. So you might as well give that up, because you're gonna spend your life exhausted. Nobody can see you. Nobody has an interest in what you have an interest in. It's not gonna happen. So you can be the creator of your own life. So how many jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as never knowing the value of you are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 puckpot shorts, boys, and beyonds. Ryan, Carol, I think you'd asked your question before I discussed about not being able to get things out of your mouth. Is there more you wanted to ask about that?
No, that pretty well sort of covered it, I suppose. But yes, I mean, I sort of feel that I'd like to do videos and different things, but yeah, I just get a freeze.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. And then Ryan's question is, I don't have a problem with making a video, but photo shooting sessions is not easy and not fun for me. Can you talk about this? So we'll talk about that too right after, yeah. Ryan, which kind of ties in. So, okay. So, where's my phone? I can't even, dang it. Oh, here's my phone. Okay. So, here's my phone. So, if you were to take a selfie video of yourself, what does that bring up for you, Carol?
Yeah, just that I don't look good, that I
so everything that is
old and
looking old. Yeah, but people think that you know everything when you have some age on your face. That's a great thing. People assume that you know shit. When you look young, people assume you know nothing. So, okay, so everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so let's run the judgment process. So, okay, so we're putting the video up. So, what is your judgment of you with regards to taking that video?
Yeah, are people going to like me?
Okay, cool. No, this comes up for everybody. Don't be worried. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So when you put that video up, what is your judgment of you?
I get failure.
Okay, so everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So are there a lot of ladies in New Zealand who make videos of themselves? Ladies maybe in your age range?
Not a lot, but there are a few. Yeah.
There's a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say 99.5% are not willing to make videos of themselves and post them.
Yeah.
So everywhere you have defined yourself as like those other ladies, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pod, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So are you like them, or are you a really, really weird lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a really, really weird lady. So everything that doesn't allow you to claim, own, and acknowledge that you're a really, really weird lady, will you destroy and create that times a godzillion?
Well, yeah, like I'm quite happy to sort of say that more now, but it's like getting it to people to be as weird, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're weird, but you're not willing to claim it in totality.
Okay.
You got to claim your weirdness in totality, because you are a weird bird.
Well, what about finding the words so people can receive them? Like,
But you don't want to do that. Once you claim that you're a weird bird,
okay.
that will be a byproduct of it. That won't even be a thought. You've got to claim how weird you are first.
Okay.
So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all night, pop, pop, shorts, boys and beyonds. I mean, Dane literally has a series for 2 years now called Be Different, Stay Weird.
Oh yeah, I did that last year.
Yeah, so you know all about being weird. So it's
Yeah.
like, so what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to claim that you are the weirdest person on all of New Zealand with total ease?
Yes.
Everything that is, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, yes. Look how happy you look, because it's true, because you are weird.
It's also my hair, you know, like it's always curly, and I look at people that have got beautiful sleek hair, and yes, that's where the envy comes in. And I mean, I do know that I've got nice curly hair, but it's sort of always you know, on camera and in video it looks like it's all over the place. It's fuzzy.
Yeah, and it's like, that's who you are. That's like your staple.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, if we're waiting to be normal in order to go on video and have normal looking hair and like skinny looking faces and be the perfect exact age range, like of maybe like 33, which is like where you like maybe have enough life experience to know that you know enough, but not too old to be a valueless old person, because nobody values old people. And you have to be like this exact perfect middle range of perfection who has the right amount of money. It's like, forget about creating anything. You might as well just dig your own grave right now. So it's like, I mean, it's like you are a bizarre anomaly. Now,
Julie, I have a
as a
question.
bizarre, sorry, just 1 second, Hansney. As a bizarre anomaly, what do you have to say to the world? And everything that doesn't allow you to say it. Yeah. Hi world. Hi. And it's not going to happen all at once. I was also, I think I was saying it earlier on the other call, that when Dane started making videos, I mean, he was like in a park, like, I don't know, 12 or 13 years ago, wearing this really baggy leather jacket from like the 90s. And he was like, you know, he was a totally different guy. We need to like find that video as inspiration. I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere in the ethers of YouTube. Maybe if you just go back and look at his oldest videos, you'll find it. But it's like, I mean, he wasn't the Dane that he is now. You've got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's like,
sure.
you've got to realize you're not, I mean, you're not even that old. But for all of you, like, you've got to realize you're not too old to start. Like, where do you want to be with regards to making videos in 1 year from now? Like, if you start now and you suck now and you keep at it, could you be great within 12 months? Of course you could. Yeah, of course you could. So it's like, it's like, it's like, and you can just like think of, and your videos can be 30 seconds also. That's another thing. You don't have to make a 5-minute video for a video to have value. You can go on video and you can say, hey guys, this is so-and-so. I'm walking through the forest right now, and I just was thinking about my favorite question from Access that I've been asking lately. What can I add to my life today that would make me happy right away? And everything that is, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So great to see you guys. Until next time, bye-bye. That can be your video. That gets you out in the world. That starts to create a place where you're an authority on the topic.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
30
Thank you.
seconds. Yeah, never pressure yourself to do more than 30 seconds. And then you'll end up getting on there sometimes and be like, well, I just have a lot to say. And then it'll just be longer. But you never need to make it more than 30 seconds. Too much pressure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. It was really cool to look at just how weird you are, Carol.
Thank you, Julia.
You're welcome. Okay, cool. Hansni, and then we'll go to Ryan.
Yeah. So I had a question. What happens is like when I hear my voice after the recording of my voice, I feel like, my voice is not good.
Oh, I know, it's the worst. I don't listen to myself either. Even Dane doesn't like to listen to himself. Just don't listen to yourself. Especially if you record a video of yourself, for Christ's sake, don't watch it before you post it. Do not. Just
Seriously.
post it. I'm serious. I'm not even going to give a tool for that. Just don't even worry about it. Just move on.
Okay, so I don't even record the Zoom classes and Zoom sessions I do, or the bars facilitation classes I do. So I even don't record that. I don't dare to record them.
No, record
And I'm
them. Just send them out to other people because they like your voice. You don't.
Seriously.
Yeah, literally. I make other people cut sound clips from my class. I make other people go find things when I need to find them. And I do not listen to myself. I just don't like it. And then sometimes, once in a while, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to myself. I like it. You can use the tools to do it if you really must, but who cares? Just move on. If you're uncomfortable, doesn't matter. You don't have to listen to yourself. You're not creating it, so you can go back and listen.
Okay, thank you. And the way I look, that also I judge a lot.
I know. I started to judge myself less and less as I kept going, but it's fine. Gary will be like, oh my God, I look so old today on this camera. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be perfect in that area. Just keep doing them and don't bother to watch them. It's not necessary.
Okay. Yeah, other thing I wanted to ask is like a lot of facilitators and a lot of videos of Dane on access consciousness. So if I make videos on access consciousness, which topic can I make and who's going to watch it either?
You can use any topic. Gary and Dane say this. They say, steal from us. Steal from us. Steal our tools and go out into the world and use them. The only thing you have to do is please say they're from Access. But use them, okay. Go out, be an authority on consciousness, and just go.
So we are allowed
to any tool. Nothing off limits. They won't, I mean, obviously you can't do like really long calls if you're not a certified facilitator or things like that, but anybody can make a video about access consciousness. Anybody.
Well, there's no copyright thing or something like that, right?
No. There's written copyright. I don't think you can like reproduce their manuals, but to go out in the world on video and say, hey, this is one of my favorite tools from Access Consciousness, blah, 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 blah. Just say Access Consciousness, say where it came from, done. You've done your copyright due diligence if you just say it's from Access Consciousness. Yeah, and you will never get into trouble. And if anybody gets you into trouble for doing that, send them to me.
Okay. Thanks.
And I'll take the blame. Cool. Okay, so Ryan. Okay, so photo sessions. Yeah, so, okay, so Ryan, how many lifetimes have you been a supermodel? Oh, obviously a lot, because you're smiling big.
A lot.
A lot. Okay. So everywhere you aren't willing to claim and own and acknowledge all of that awareness, will you destroy it and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many lifetimes were you a male porn star with a really big cock? Obviously, even more than you were a supermodel. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy it and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many lifetimes were you a female porn star who with like the best breasts on the planet? Even that too. Okay. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all night, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. So, so how much lust have you invoked? More
How
than
much?
all the lust in the world, or less than all the lust in the world?
Can you repeat that?
So, how much lust have you invoked? All of the lust in the world?
Like
Or
the entire world.
Yes, the entire world. Yes. You've invoked all the lust. You've been everything. You've had the biggest cock that was on the pages of magazines that women all over the world just ran to the shelves to open to that page and see your big schlong. And they loved it. So, everything that doesn't allow you to claim, own, and acknowledge the sexualness and the lust that you are, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyond. And yeah. So what if you lived your life in your penis more than you lived your life in your brain? So everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, will you destroy it and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to use the power of your penis for all eternity with total ease? Yes. And everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to be the most irresistible creature on planet Earth for all eternity with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And that's one of my favorite right voice for you questions. Technically, this is a right voice for you class, for those of you who didn't know. It's actually a specialty call of right voice about being on camera. But it's like, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to be the most irresistible creature on planet Earth for all eternity with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. You know how Dane always gets on you for like being in your head?
Yeah.
You could change that really easily. You just wake up in the morning and go, penis, lead my day for me. Because right now you wake up in the morning and you go, mind, lead my day for me. And you're like, meow. But if your penis led your day, you'd have a very different day.
That's
It's like,
cool.
well, there's so much resistance of that.
There is. Because then you'd be like this like conscious porn star man, rather than the guy like everybody else that you're trying to be.
So if I was one of those, whatever you mentioned just now, but so how
The porn
did
star
I
with
end?
the biggest penis that was available.
Yes, yeah, okay. I didn't even want to mention that word. So how did I
That's
end
what
up?
you have to do, Brian. That'll change everything. Just say penis really loud 20 times in the morning and 20 times in the nighttime. And if you like cock better, you could just say, I have an incredible cock. I have an incredible cock. And you could just say it over and over, and it would just create this lust that would make money come to you, even more than it already does.
Well, that happened, and I resisted so much because like I have so many like women participants texting me all those crazy things every
Totally.
day, and I was like,
You're like you are the porn star of Asia. You already are it. You're just resisting it, which is why you just have to get more in communion with your penis. We figured it all out, Ryan. So, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to lead your life with your penis for all eternity with total ease? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pod poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to lead your life with your penis for all eternity with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pod and poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I don't know what else to ask you. I will run this a lot.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
And when there's hot women who want to have sex with you, man, just go for it. And the psycho ones, well, you got to ask, you know, what will this create? Maybe I won't go there. But still, receive their psycho lust for you. You know?
I
Think
find
about how
that
much.
hard.
I know. But Dane's really good at it. You could ask him how he receives psycho lust.
Okay.
It's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. There's crazy bitches, man. I mean, especially access women. Crazy bitches. You know, when I had to claim that I'm a crazy bitch. You know, and they will want to own you, and they will want to eat you, and they will want to have you for their lunch, supper, breakfast, and midnight snack. So what you do is you invite them in energetically, thinking that that's what they will get, and let them be in your world, but never deliver sex if it's not going to work. But as a man, it's like, okay, well, if I go this far with this woman, then I have to deliver sex. So I just have to cut it off entirely. Not true. You got to look at how Dane does this, because you have a similar capacity and ability.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're cutting off the women who lust after you coming to your classes, you better say goodbye to money permanently.
Yeah, that happened as well. So.
Okay. Yeah.
And I put on so much weight last year and the year before. Like,
yeah.
So as I create more, and then suddenly it's like I have so many things that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially with women.
Yes, especially women.
Can I ask something with that?
Anthony says it all the time. Yes, go ahead, Jennifer.
When Ryan, when you're talking like you put on weight, like I've done that the past 2 years, and I'm like, how the fuck am I getting all this weight on me? I'm not really changing a lot of exercise, eating, stuff like that. Is that just not willing to receive all that, like
envy,
lust? Okay.
Envy, yes, and lust, yes.
Because I avoid. I know I avoid. Like.
Yeah. So you can run. What envy? Gary gave a good clearing yesterday on there was the aging call, and he was talking about the envy. How much envy are you avoiding with the aging and olding you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pod poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Here, I'll put it in the chat. So how much envy are you avoiding with the weight gain you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 pod poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Or you could run a different version. How much envy are you avoiding with the fat cells you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 pod poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. And then there's another question. Whose reality am I making relevant here?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Try to make everybody else's reality real.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can ask whose reality am I making relevant here?
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, so Ryan, so Anthony would say like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how Dane deals with these women. I mean, he is dealing with women a lot. But it's like, what if that was what was required for you to be a millionaire? Would you be willing to deal with that if it meant you had that?
Yes and no, yes and no, yes
Yeah,
and
right now it's a no, but maybe a yes later.
no.
Yeah, because you got to be willing to be and do whatever it takes. So if we're receiving the lust and dealing with the text of crazy women was what you had to be willing to be and do, are you willing to be and do it? And you know, I watched like Gary on his phone. Gary's like texting people back instantaneously. Like he goes through his messages, texts everybody back, and he gives 1 to 2 word responses. You know, you don't have to spend a whole day texting people. If you are willing to be all of you, just fill them a little bit of Ryan penis energy and just say thank you so much, and they're totally thrilled.
But wouldn't that create more of them, more of those? They will just keep coming.
Yeah, you want them to keep coming and 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 coming. And then you're going to be coming and coming and coming and coming. And then all the money's going to be coming and coming and coming and coming. And then you put the money all over the bed. And then you can like put one of those ladies on the money. And then you can both be coming and coming and coming and coming. It's a really good plan. It's called having choice, Ryan, and being in demand. Are you willing to be in demand and pick the woman you'd like to have sex with? What if you, like, because men are so disempowered, and this is a different way of functioning as a man. Like, men are the ones who don't get to choose. Women choose if sex is going to happen. So you're going to have to be willing to function as a woman and a man if you're going to do this. Dane functions as a woman and a man. Gary functions as a woman and a man. You've got to see both sides. You're going to have to educate yourself massively on how you're going to do this. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying, but there are like not that many resources.
Well, the
for men to learn
Gentlemen's Club
Yeah.
and Salon de Femme. I would really study the Salon de Femme.
Okay,
That's great.
thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, and talk to Dane because he wants you to be successful. He'll help you. Okay, Dana? Some reason it says you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Talk again? Nope. Do you want to maybe log back out and come back in? Log out and come back in? Okay, cool. All right, so, okay. So how much envy are you avoiding with the aging and olding you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyond. And how much envy are you avoiding with the fat cells you are choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Like, I mean, and that's the freaking awesomest part about coronavirus is like the old world is gone now and it's never coming back. There's nowhere for people in this reality to turn to. This reality is the weakest it's ever been. So what if we go out there and be weird and then people are inspired by it? What if creating a business was going to be easier for you than ever before?
Julia, what shouldn't go on a camera?
What shouldn't go on a camera?
Yeah.
Your boobs. Don't put your boobs or your vagina. Everything else you can put. And the other thing about, actually, I'll get to you, Dana, just finish this part. The other thing is you want to dress well. You want to dress really well. Okay? In everything in your life. When you dress well, the universe brings you more money. Okay? When you go to the store, dress well. When you go to get your groceries, dress well. When you go to gas up your car, dress well. When you go out in your yard, dress well. When you get up in the morning, dress well. Dane had a day where he went, that's it. I'm not wearing casual clothes anymore. I'm not doing casual ever again in my life. And so he dresses really well. Even his exercise clothes are nice. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy a whole new wardrobe, and, you know, it's not about the money or the perfection of it all. But it's like, you know, if you have a strand of pearls, you know, wear them. If you have some nice earrings, wear them. Wear your nicer dresses to do things. You know, I you know, wear really nice dresses to facilitate, and then I wear like good dresses that most people would like wear if they were like a guest at something nice. I wear the highest end of that to just even go do my groceries. Not something like weird like a satin dress, but like a really nice like day dress. That's what I wear. You know, no sweats, no pajama pants, no blah blah blah, because the way that you dress is how you interact with the universe. And if you want to be a leader, then you got to have the etiquette of a leader. And a leader treats their body well and dresses well. And it's a form of respect for the people that you're with. Like, even there's people who come and help with my house, like housekeepers, or you know, there's this guy Domingo who helps with all of the things around the house, like jobs and hanging things and plants and stuff like that. It's like, when I answer the door, when he comes, I want to look nice for him. He takes care of my life. I want to respect him. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna open the door in my pajamas for you. You know, he's an important person in my life. He makes everything in my life work. So I'm going to respect him with the way that I show up to him. Okay? So I'm going to respect the people at the grocery store by the way that I show up at the grocery store. I'm not going to be a schlep, because if you do schlep today, you're creating a future of schlep. Okay? Okay, go ahead, Dana. Dang it! You're still, I can't hear you. And I thought I heard you when you came back on. Oh, now I hear you.
Yeah?
Wait. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Cool.
Great.
I have a bunch of questions, but I'll make it concise as much as I can. I feel like I have a really strong capacity to suck the joy out of a room as soon as a camera comes on. And especially it's not so much video, but because if I'm teaching a class or something, the value of the words or the value of the energy, I can tune into that. But if it's just a picture and the only value is like looks or something, I often, when I look at a picture, I'll see like my mom or my dad, or I'll see something in the picture that feels like terrifying, like your email that was like the ugly cousin, whatever. And I actually, my partner even, I had an appointment during this time, and my partner was like, you have to take this class because it's annoying to other people too. Because I'm no fun about
You're so bad on camera, babe. You got to take this class.
Really? Well,
because it's hurting my life.
I can't make it a game. Like, I can't make it fun for me. I take it too seriously, or like, and
okay. So what's the strongness underneath the wrongness? Do you fuck yourself up because you actually have so much power in this area?
I'd like to say yes. It seems
okay.
Like
so everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and did I give you the assignment to read the no form, no structures, no significance?
I don't have a foundations manual. I took the class, but I didn't get it.
It's not in the foundation. It's in this book, The 10 Keys to Freedom. I don't know if I...
Book, yeah.
Okay.
Let me read the book.
Okay, so I have an assignment for you. You need to read the chapter on no form, no structure, and no significance 10 times.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because you do just like a little bit of significance.
I have what?
You do just a little bit of significance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because you're a spiritualist. You're a recovering spiritual addict.
That's so true.
And that stuff gets woven into there. But reading that chapter will take care of that, because it will lift it from your pores and your veins and your ethers. And there's some great clearings in there about significance. Okay, so everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyonds. So, okay, so what's the value of you that you're not willing to perceive, know, be, and receive? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What's valuable about you that you're not willing to perceive, know, be, and receive? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And everywhere you're making people important, will you destroy and uncreate that? Dana's whole family is like this, like, human rights activism, save the children, save the trees, save the animals, save the stupid people, save the old dishcloths, save everything kind of people. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. People are the least valuable element on planet Earth. People are so goddamn stupid that they don't even know which way is up. I mean, literally, when Donald Trump said as jokingly to drink Lysol and maybe that will cure the coronavirus, a lot of people died. That's what we're dealing with, folks.
Oh my God.
So, if you are seeking validation, and this is for the whole everybody, if you're seeking validation from those people for the videos that you are about to make, give it on up to Jesus, because that's not gonna work.
Wow.
Not everybody's gonna get you, not everybody's gonna see you, and not everybody's gonna like you.
And I have like a memory actually had, like, I ran trifolds, or I had my trifold sequencing systems bars run about it, but I have a memory of being 13 or 14 and this girl who was really mean to me taking pictures in her room of, like, trying to be cute on MySpace. And I've always looked at MySpace, Facebook, all those social medias as it's crazy to me that I can look really cute for pictures for my lover or whatever if I want to do that and it's private. But as soon as it's something even slightly public, it's like I can have no sexual energy. Like, it's not even a thing. And
Okay.
and
So what did you pick up out of that girl's world and carry with you to this day?
it's like I'm disgusting.
So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? When I think of Dana, I'm just like, oh, disgusting. That Dana is disgusting.
Well, I remember she took me to a trip in Florida and told me, well, I invited you because if I invited our more attractive friends, they'd get all the attention. So I had to ugly friend.
What a cunt!
Yeah.
Wow! Okay, so everything you picked up from that person's world, will you give it back to her with consciousness and a bitch slap attached? Everything that is times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all night, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyond. You're like a supermodel. Like, the fact that somebody would say that you had the point of view of disgusting. So how disgusting did that girl have the point of view that she was? Did she think she was the most disgusting looking girl?
Potentially. She did
Yeah.
have spit in the corners of her mouth quite a lot.
Okay, see? Disgusting. And it's like, and was she a disgusting being?
quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. So everything that is, and everywhere you didn't claim, own, and acknowledge her evil, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys and beyonds. What's her name?
Daniela Peer.
Daniela.
Daniela Peer. It's
Danielle.
yeah, Daniela Peer. She's a,
Danielle Lapierre.
I feel fine telling her last name. I'm like, y'all can know her.
Okay.
Free. Free.
We're all gonna shame her.
Yeah. It's so funny, like different chapters of my life. I've always had like a Brittany, Chelsea, and a Danielle who are really mean to me. Like, I don't know what those names are, but or whatever. But I'm a super bitch magnet.
So say that 3 times.
I'm a super bitch magnet. I'm a super bitch magnet. I'm a super bitch magnet.
So everything that is, and all the SHICU implants and explants and everything attached to that, and all the lifetimes will you destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion.
Yeah.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool.
Thank you.
Can I ask something about something you said, Julia?
Yeah.
So you're saying like a disgusting being, and that, I guess I've always separated out like, oh, but like if you're an infinite being, like you're not really disgusting because you're an infinite being, and
Yeah,
like just
people are
having
infinite. People are infinite beings, but you can function as 2 kinds of beings: a finite being or an infinite being.
Yes.
Being does not. Being is not synonymous with infinite being.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think I've been like putting that
Yeah.
together.
And how much do you believe in humanity?
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
Like everybody's good. They have good in them. Oh my God. You still
Yeah.
defend the goodness? That dumb shit.
Yeah. So everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. Yeah. So everything that you guys have done to believe that all people have good in them, will you destroy and create it all times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, pot and poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. And I don't mean to sound like crass or like the whole world is a horrible, stupid place, but people have minds, and minds are very ugly things.
Yeah.
Okay? And people, nature is a kindness. People are an ugliness. People are not the source of consciousness. Okay? Being like other people is not actually being like other people or looking for other people to acknowledge you or validate you is not going to be something that is going to bring success. Even posting, and I'm actually going to do another call just like this one, same price, and about social media, because I'd like social media and being you on social media, and like how that actually works, and destroying and creating all those points of view, because that's a whole other conversation. But it's like you know, if you look to others for any form of consciousness or success, it's not going to work, because people are basically like, they're basically like illusions. Like, people, we don't realize it because we were brought up as people, and only to come to access and realize we're not people, we're humanoids. But it's like people are so fixed in their point of view, even if it's an intelligent point of view. Having a point of view is an unintelligent and abusive thing to have. Any point of view is an abusive, unintelligent thing to have. So it's like, taking a point of view means you are like, a point of view has no value. And because we are willing to go, okay, maybe there's a world beyond my points of view, that's a huge gift. And people who are not willing to do that and will never do that don't have value. Like, they just don't. And I know it just sounds like the most horrible thing you've ever heard, but you can't look to that. When you look at a tree and when you look at the earth, Look at that and look at the value of that and how it gives and gives and gives and gives to you unendingly and kindly and wonderfully and will always be there for you. And a tree will never judge you or tell you you should have done something different. But your friend, quote unquote, will say, I invited you on this trip because you are not pretty, and so you won't take away the attention from the boys in Florida. Huh? That's a form of evil, and you've got to call a spade a spade. Because if you don't call a spade, you will spend your life trying to figure out where people have value. The earth has value. Consciousness has value. And that's not to say dismiss all people. I phone people, I chat with people, I'm kind to people, I work with people. I like people. I like being around people. I don't really like being alone that much sometimes, but I actually am a weird person who actually likes people. Most humanoids don't actually like people. But it's like, it's not that they're wrong, but they're not a source for your life. They're not getting their validation is like putting your money into a black hole. You're putting your energy into a black hole when you are trying to get validation from people. So everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pop, pog, shorts, blame me on. Now we're at the end of the call, and I don't even feel like I've talked about being on camera. But it's like, oh, and Sophie asked me about lighting. I don't really use lighting. I just use this desk lamp to light my face. But my son, who does auditions for movies, uses this thing. And you get it on like the internet or Amazon or something. It's like this circle light. You could just put like circle iPhone light, and it holds your iPhone. And it's a really nice light that frames your whole face and is nice. So that answers the lighting question. This is called Bella Fu. But I don't know if I'd even get that brand. It's not really the best brand. Just look and see what looks good for you. I'm not even going to recommend that brand because it's kind of cheap.
It's called
Diva
Bell
ring
of
light.
Pooh. Bell of Pooh.
It's called, here, I'll write it.
Pooh like
no,
shit?
Bella Fu.
Okay.
No. Bella Fu. Cool. John just says, can you do a part 2? Sure. I think this calls for an extension. So we will do an extension of this series because there is a lot more to be said. And I didn't realize all the stuff that went into this, but we will do an extension. That's a great idea. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. And please do send me your selfie videos. I know that we didn't exactly talk about, but really I kind of showed you, like, just like, hi, da-da-da. This is the tool. Thanks so much. See you next time. Or whatever your energy is. That's my energy. That's not your energy. So look at what your energy is. Look at what you have to contribute. I would love if you guys sent me a video. You can send the videos to... My cell phone number is this. You can add me on WhatsApp. Anita will put my cell phone number in there. Jenny says horizontal or vertical on Facebook. Facebook does horizontal. Instagram does vertical. You can send me whatever you want to send me. I do not mind. And I would love to see them. That would be really fun. And it can just get you going. And I won't post them anywhere. Nobody's going to see them but me. And it can get you started. At least you have something you got to go up and do. So we will have an extension maybe in the next week or so. And I'm so grateful for you guys and so grateful for your willingness to look at this and step up and be here and actually look at what you have to be to have your voice in the world. You know, because you are different, whether you get that right now or not. We have changed tracks. We do have a different future, and it's time to be that different future that you are and be what you came here to contribute to the world. Oh, and I have a one-day Right Voice for You class coming up this weekend. On Friday it starts. It's a one-day class spread over 2 days, so you guys don't get too fried, on Friday and Saturday. So that's on my website. So Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.